Hey guys, welcome back to my channel after a long time. I've been wanting to do a video about the human migration and the genetic markers and that kind of video. But I realized that it's not possible to like um, say and find out everything in one video. So I'm going to be doing this in small chunks. So it started when one of my viewers, I think in the earlier video, pointed out like where I discussed the step ancestry RNA genetic marker. So one of my viewers suggested that there is this marker M130, and that is supposedly 70,000 years old, and there is a guy in Madurai who has that genetic marker, and I got really curious, and I got and it really fascinated me as to how you know the journey that the early humans would have taken and the path and all that. So I'm just going to be doing a lot of videos trying to find out the path that they traveled and the haplogroups and whatnot. It's going to be, I don't know much about this topic, and I'm also going to be learning as and when I'm doing videos. So if you find anything that's that's incorrect, or just let me know. And if any of you like experts from anthropology or genetic anthropology, that kind of branches, please let me know. I'm still learning. You can leave a comment or anything like that. So I came across this website. It's from the California Academy of Sciences, right? It's kind of gives you an overview of how modern humans, start the journey from the east of Africa, and what path they took. Like you can just actually drag through this. Scroll bar, and then you'll see how the changes in the earth's climate, and the sea levels and the glacial this thing and all the that type of information. It's a very interesting site, and this is what we are going to be discussing in this series of videos. I am planning to call it human journey, hashtag human journey. So if you want to follow this journey, this exploration of human journey, you can please do feel free to subscribe, or if you don't want to subscribe, you can check for the hashtag human journey. I'm going to be uploading it, that hashtag. So I gathered some interesting um, images, right, that in order to just give you guys an overview as to what will this video series be about. And I'm still studying on these things. So to give you an overview, look at this uh, um, map here, right? So this is where the first modern humans pretty much started to move out of Africa. This is where it all started, and this path here, this M130, is this path here is considered as the first the migrants out of Africa. And this is evident with the mutation, I guess. It's called mutation, or genetic marker M168. And all of the non-Africans have this genetic marker apparently. And this M168 in further as and when they moved to maybe India around, there was another mutation called M130. And this genetic marker apparently is 70,000 years old, because the modern humans that migrated out of Africa, they did it around 70,000 to 80,000 years old ago, sorry. And this is the path that they took. So they went to coastal India, and then from there to Indonesia. We'll look at this in that interactive map that I just showed you, because at that time there were the sea levels were much lower, so there were land bridges, right? So, and then they eventually reached Australia, and one group from Indonesia, they moved north up to, China, and eventually to the Northern America through Alaska. And this as well, there was a land bridge at that time because of the sea levels were much lower. And this is the genetic marker that was found in a person called M130 Madurai. So this is the person they tracked, and they found that this person has the genetic marker, which is 70,000-year-old, which is fascinating. So, Dr. Spencer Wells, who's with National Geographic Genography Project, and Professor Dr. Pichappan, who's from the Madurai University, proved that DNA of Virumandi Tevar, Jyotimanikam village, and chromosome mark scientifically labeled 130. This is a gene found only among the direct descendants of the first migrant from the African coast, who must have arrived in South India around 70,000 years ago. And we will discuss in detail about all these things in the upcoming videos that I'll be posting. I'm just giving you guys an overview as to what all we would be looking at and things like that. This video is just an overview. So, and I just watched one video in Tamil, in a Tamil TV channel, and that says this man is like a computer hardware engineer or something of that sort, which is again interesting. And so this is the site where I took the picture from. And so if you see this timeline starts from 200,000 years ago, which is apparently when the modern humans evolved in Africa. And then after 175,000 years ago, what happened? They pretty much there was a migration within Africa, and till 150,000 years ago, apparently there was this huge desert that was a huge barrier for them to like migrate out of Africa, so they couldn't do it for a long time. But they kept like moving inside Africa, to different parts of Africa. And that continued for about like 100,000 years ago. And this is when we see the first wave of migrants out of Africa. And this is evident from some fossils, I guess. Maybe they must have bone remnants, I guess. And there was some drought, and then in Africa 75,000 years ago. And after like 70,000 years ago, I think 70,000 to 60,000 years ago, they started to move out of Africa. You see this black arrow here, black this thing, and they are reaching to Indonesia, and then to Australia, and then another wave of migrants start to move into Europe, and then here they start to move into the far northeast, and then they settle down. And then around 35 to 25,000 years ago, around 15,000 years ago, they reach finally South America. So we'll look at all these different places, and then we'll study them in detail. And not only this, we'll also try and understand what haplogroups are associated with each of the branch, the migrant branch, right? That is something really interesting that that we can discuss as well. And there is also this Toba catastrophe that happened apparently 70,000 years ago, which created almost like a bottleneck in the human population. And but that is, I think, is still a theory. I'm not sure how far it has been. Yeah, this is the like the rough timeline as to what happened when, right? So 100,000 years ago and then the 70,000 years ago. Although this image is a bit misleading, the second wave of migrants actually used this route. There's like where I'm pointing. They moved through this route and then through this route, and then they, I think, reached. It was a very interesting topic, and the genetic markers that I'm really interested in are two genetic markers, which is this M130, which they are grouping it as a C haplogroup. This whole this migrant branch, they are, I guess they are calling it as the C haplogroup. And then there is another one which is R1A. So R1A started from somewhere in the Eastern Europe or Western Asia, right? This is where the steppe pastoral is. And that, I believe, happened around maybe 30,000 or 25,000 years ago. So it is a much more recent mutation. And I believe this is the one that is associated with the steppe pastoralists, the Aryan chromosome haplogroup. And apparently most of Europe has this R haplogroup, not necessarily R1A, but R haplogroup. So these are the two haplogroups that I'm really interested in, because I believe Indians are a mix of these three haplogroups. One C is very rare because it is only found in like the earliest migrants. I believe Indians have mostly H and R haplogroup, if I'm not wrong, but I'll have to dig deeper into it. And yeah, this is this Toba eruption. This is the photo, I believe, around 40 kilometers above the ground, and look at what it looks like. It looks really scary. It almost reminds me of that 2012 movie where that super volcano erupts, right? It's such a scary thing to be around and witness. Wow. And they say this caused almost like 10 years of like 10 years, 10 year a 10-year winter that spans 10 years. And it kind of caused a bottleneck. Okay. Yeah, so I will have to do a lot more research, but I will be posting videos every now and then, as and when I see something and find something interesting, so that you know we can explore it together. And it would be an interesting series of videos, I hope. Remember, this M130 is 70,000 years old, which means humans were still hunter gatherers, and there was no civilization at that point, at least as per the current understanding of evolution. It was like long time ago. The oldest known human, I believe, is a human artifact, modern human artifact, as in like some kind of construction, is, I guess, Gobekli Tepe, which is dated to around like 12,000 years ago, if I'm not wrong. It's somewhere near Turkey, and they have found this huge uh, a burial site or something of that sort, where it doesn't coincide with any civilization in that we know, not the Mesopotamian, not nothing. It's like something. It's something. It's like an anomaly, right? In the understanding of our timeline of modern humans. And yeah, we will discuss all of that. For now, I'll just like leave it at this. This is what this video series is going to be about. If you're interested, please do follow. Thanks a lot, guys. For now, signing off. Until I meet you in the next video. Bye bye.